Hey, Spikestormer and Demon Alliance. It's me, Spikos1000 here, coming to a video. In this video, I am doing MHA, my MHA golems and elementals combined in this episode. In this episode, I am doing, in this order, give me a second to figure this out, Kirishima, Ojiro, Mineta, then Dinky Kaminari. I really like these designs, and they're really fun to draw. Now, roll intro, and let's get into this video. Let's go. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Okay, it's me, the Overseer known as Spike, and I am back. Last time I'm the one who did the what were they called? Oh yeah, it was Dragon Fusions. I am back, and I am going over some new combinations I've made that I've actually we talked about a few days ago over from one of the brothers. I've been talking about the Demost Monster interview with that one. The Elemental Golem. There was four base types of Elemental Golems. Earth Elemental Golems, Air Golem Elementals. They are Elemental Golem and Golem Elemental are actually the same thing, but they are just classified differently for different things. But so there's that. First one I am looking at is a mix between the Golem Elemental, the Golem known as Tough Hardening, and the Air Elemental known as Dense Tornadoes. This combination is known simply as Hardening Tornadoes Air Golem Elemental. Most common name, Hardening Tornadoes. This elemental is, like stated, part air elemental and part golem. It has the ability to harden the wind parts of it, which is basically the shoulder blades where it the arms connect to the torso. It actually has a neck like most elementals, some wind hair, and the legs that are connecting to the actual rock legs of the of this creature. On one hand, it is rock. The other arm has wind fingers, 5 of them to be more accurate. While on the other hand, it's actually just 3 rock fingers, like your standard golem. This thing is quite powerful. Like its name suggests, it has the ability to harden the rocks and the wind. And when it uses the wind attacks, it actually creates a very, very powerful vortex, which means it brings stuff closer to it, and that's actually how it keeps these rocks in place. Instead of 2 eyes like your standard elemental, it actually has 1 because it's part golem. Most of these do only have 1 eye, but some of them don't. They only have 2, or sometimes 3, but that's a rare occasion. Their magic does come from their eye, like both creatures. And that's all I got for this one. Let's get to the next one. The next one I have is a mix between the Kung Fu Tailed Golem and the Tailed Water Elemental. This one is known as Kung Fu Tailed Water Elemental Golem, or Kung Fu Tailed Water. Like both creatures, they are very good at Kung Fu or any other form of martial arts. This one actually is more rock than the last one, except for a few minor details. The where it used to be rock on the parts on connecting the shoulder blades to the actual giant hands and claws, that's actually now replaced with water. The this creature actually has a neck made of water as well. The legs are, the two parts that are connecting the waist to the legs are, the upper legs are actually made of water as well. The tail part that's connecting the rock part of the tail to the waist is also made of water like the other parts. It actually has the ability to actually survive underwater because of it being a golem, part golem, and it being made of water. But when you fight it, it will actually go untangible in certain parts, which are the parts listed. It also has two hair-like rocks from the Kung Fu Golem, and three ice-like rocks and two ice-like rocks from the tailed water elemental. It's a very fascinating creature I've made, but caramba, it is a pain to deal with. There are a few sightings of it every now and again. It's one of the more common sightings. The reason why these creatures are so rare is because they have lost more magical power over the time, because humans have been taking over the world because, colonization, all that stuff. But they leave most of these creatures alone. It's like a Bigfoot in some other worlds, except these creatures are real, and I'm pretty sure Bigfoot as well. I've actually seen Bigfoot in this world. I think someone threw it into this world as a joke, but the magic has been affecting it, and I think I'm going to have the Monster Hunter brother go after that one, just so he can catalog it, and because it's quite interesting. They've also thrown a few other creatures in here. There are no cryptids. Other than that thing, I don't think I'm having him do. Another fact about these creatures, besides that, they stand up around about 6'6", nearing 7 feet, but they are relatively strong, but weak by these creature standards. Let's get to the next one. I just wanted to say that I forgot to say, hey, don't forget to hit the like button in the beginning of the video, so it will be a really big help if y'all did hit the like button. It could push this video out further, and more people could see and hopefully enjoy this video. Now, let's get back to the video. Let's go. Okay, the next one is another air elemental golem. It's known as the Sticky Air Pocket Ball Midget Elemental Golem, or Midget Air Elemental Golem. This creature is actually very small, like its cousins, or its descendants, in other words. The Midget Golem and the Air Pocket Golem. Those two are actually relatively small, and the thing is actually 4 feet tall, not the standard 3 feet tall of both of those. I think why it's this tall is because of the wind that is holding it up. Whereas for those two, the golem is more rock, so the rock is weighing it down. And the reason why the air is only around 3 feet is because of the fact that it's actually more dense. It's the crystal eye of it is actually surrounded by wind and sometimes a little obstructed. It, like the midget golem, it has rocks that actually, when thrown, they can stick to something, but also release a high pressure wind that can also cause people to stick to it. It's an interesting thing it can do. The parts of it that are made of wind are the waist, the head, and neck, like I already stated, and the upper arms from the part of the arms that connect the torso to the forearm and hand. Those parts are made of wind, It has 3 rock toes on each foot, but the foreleg right below the knee is made of wind, and it actually has 3 layers of wind. A dark layer, which is pretty deep inside, but it's not really that dark. Then a lighter layer, but then a darker layer that obstructs all of those. You can't really see it. That's what causes some things to get stuck in its vortex, and when it punches you, sometimes you have the chance of some of your skin being ripped off because of the air being sucking at it. When it kicks you, though, it has a chance of actually leaving its toe in your foot, wherever it kicked you at. If this happens to you, do not remove it unless you want to bleed out. It would actually end up healing you by using some wind power, keeping it closed until you can get to a hospital. It is a little bit rarer than the last one. For like the first one is actually one of the rarest we're looking at today. Not as rare as the mix between the water bomb and the explosive golem, or as the stone power earth golem and the crackling crystal golem. Let's get to the next one. The last one we're looking at today is a fire elemental mix of all things. So today I had 2 air elemental golems, 1 water elemental golem, and now 1 fire elemental golem. I might do all earth next time, but I might throw water in there or something. This thing is actually really powerful by these standards. This one is actually the rarest, next to the hardening tornadoes. The hardening tornadoes is the second rarest. This one is the most rare that we're looking at today. The reason why is because its environment is rare that's found in. Usually the volcanoes have turned the rock around them to a reddish color because it's been infused with some type of grain. Like, not really grain, but some type of red rock, and the rock has actually been coating over it for thousands of years. But this rock is actually this environment is actually more of a gray color with some lava flowing through it. This creature is known as Controlled Electrical Crystal Fire Elemental Golem, or Controlled Electrical Crystal, CEC for short. These things are, like I already stated, incredibly powerful. They're a mix of the Controlled Lightning Fire Elemental, and let me check what the other one was. I know it's a Crystal Golem, but I don't remember. It was the Electric Crystal. It's a very powerful creature. Like the Electrical Crystal, its hair, it has 2 little horns sticking out that are actually crystals. The arms are actually doesn't have any hands at all. Instead, they're crystals, one actually being smaller than the other. That's because the bigger one is more or less used for jabbing at long ranges or sending electrical pulses out a lot further, whereas the shorter one is usually pierced for ground attacks. It actually has a black thing coursing through it. That's because of the fact that's how the energy is actually transferred to each part of the limb. And like its Controlled Lightning and Descendant, it actually has, get a load of this, orange to yellow hair. The reason why it's a lighter orange and not a darker yellow is because it's more powerful. The more powerful the flame, the more powerful it is. The rest of the fire on the body, though, is actually a dark orange to a darker red color, whereas the rock are a dark red color. No, I don't really know why that is. Just evolution for these creatures. It's very powerful, and like both cousins to it, both descendants, it has a one eye that has lightning bolt in it, meaning it's a very powerful electric type. That's all the elemental golems I have for today. Goodbye. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video I did. Until next time, subscribe to Adrian's Podcast or Demons Alliance. Goodbye and peace out.